Most people don't know anything about their 401k. So I decided to jump on and just take a few minutes and break down what a 401k is. So 401k is a tax code for tax deferred. The same thing applies to a 403b, a thrift savings plan, and an IRA. They are all tax deferred savings plans. Now, what does that mean? Tax deferred means you are deferring your taxes until you touch the money. So that means in exchange for a tax write-off, you are giving Uncle Sam your money and saying, here, take the money and lower my income taxes. So at the end of the year, you get a higher return. Some people feel like that's pretty good, especially if you're in the higher income tax bracket and you can lower yourself down to a lower income tax bracket. But I want to tell you this. It's kind of like, now this is kind of crude, peeing in the bed. What do you mean, Richelle? It feels good while you're doing it. But sooner or later, you have got to wake up and clean up the mess. So what does that mean? That means when you retire, you're going to have to pay 25 to 39% in federal income taxes and anywhere between 3 and 13.3% in state income taxes. And if you touch it before you're age 59 and a half years old, you're going to pay an extra 10% early out penalty on top of that. So long story short, you're deferring your taxes until you retire. Now, my question to you is, do you think taxes are going to be higher in the future or lower in the future? Well, it depends. The law of inflation says the taxes have to be higher. Why? Because the cost of living naturally increases every single year. So that means 10 years from now, you will pay $2 for one can of drink. That means 10 years from now, you will pay $1,500 for your cell phone. I know it's hard to comprehend right now, but the cost of living doubles every 10 years. So if the cost of living doubles, if people's salaries increase, what's going to happen to taxes? It normally follows the natural progression of life. So my other question to you is, do you want your future self to pay all those taxes? The you that's a little older and doesn't quite feel like getting up for work. The you that has a little bit of arthritis, lost a little bit of your hair, you don't quite see completely, you might need reading glasses, your body is not quite what it used to be. Do you want the future you to have to pay back all those taxes? So I want to submit to you that you take care of your future self. So long story short, a 401k is jam-packed with taxes and penalties. if you do decide to touch the money, you are going to be borrowing from the IRS. You're going to be borrowing the money you should have paid or would have paid the IRS. So I don't recommend that you borrow money from your 401k. Now you have to be asking, Richelle, but you're a financial coach, so you know there's got to be a solution. There is a solution. And here it is. It's called a Roth conversion. That's the first solution. You can only do a Roth conversion through someone like me. Someone who's a broker or a licensed professional in the financial services field. I don't recommend a bank because banks will only give you two options. They'll give you a fixed IRA, which means it's not going to pay very much in interest, or they'll give you a stock market IRA where you can lose your money on the stock market when the stock market is hostile. I recommend that you talk to me about an FIA or fixed index account. Fixed, which means it has a guaranteed interest rate so that when the stock market crashes, you don't lose a dime. But when the stock market goes up, your money goes up with the stock market, 6%, 10%. Last year, we saw accounts even as high as 14% interest. That's what you want. Stock market gains and zero losses. But you talked about a Roth conversion. Yes. Jump on a 30-minute phone call, just a phone call with me, and we can break that down to you. What is a Roth conversion? The second thing, hey, Tony, what's up? The second thing I would recommend is a trust. There are certain kinds of trust where once you own your account, because you have to get it out of the government's hands. Right now, if you have a 401k and it's at your employer, the government owns that money. So you're going to have to get it out of their hands, put it into a self-directed account, which means you own the account. Once you own the account, you want to roll it into a trust. Now, you might be having questions. How do you get paid once you put it in a trust? Does that mean you're no longer going to get the money, but it's going to transfer over to your heirs? Listen, there is a way that you will still have your stream of income, and it'll be limited taxes. And in a lot of cases, it will be tax-free. So there are several different ways to transfer that 401k, 403b, or IRA. Get it out of the government's hands, convert it into a tax-free strategy. Now listen, what's up, Kimmy? Oh, Kimmy, okay. For more information, I want to invite you to jump on a free 45-minute webinar with me. It's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow is Thursday. So Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This time, we are calling it the Retirement Bank. So the Retirement Bank. You want to be your own bank with retirement. Banks don't pay taxes. How is it that a bank doesn't pay taxes? I want to share that with you. It is a strategy that you can do. And I explained a little bit of it to you a little earlier in this video. So tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, meet me for this free workshop. Free. You're not going to be asked to buy anything. Nothing is for sale. It is free information that's going to cause a paradigm shift on the inside of you. And after you see this, then you will be invited to do a short coaching call with me. But at least you're going to walk away with 2x financial literacy, which means you're going to double your financial literacy. I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll drop the link right after this. Love and blessings.